Yeah, Newcastle 3, Liverpool 3, in one of those games where you thought, oh, this is going to be a magical end. Subpar Liverpool performance in the first half, maybe a touch unlucky. It's a worldie of a goal from Alex Isak to give them the lead, but a statistically very unlikely one regardless. Liverpool had a couple of mistakes in them. Joe Gomez had a little faults, and it wasn't a controlled Liverpool performance. They had the possession, but at no point did they feel like it was their game. Second half, though, so much better from the Reds. So much better. Braver in possession. Stretched Newcastle. We got Jarell Quansah further up the pitch to really put pressure on Newcastle's defence, to give Salah some more space to operate. And then when we made the substitutions, we just went up another gear. And because of the nature of how it goes, Liverpool obviously end up 2-1 behind. And that's a huge kick in the teeth, particularly because obviously it's Anthony Gordon as well, who, I suspect we'd have all loved him if he'd signed for us. I suspect that might be a harder sell these days. But yeah, look, when we get back into the game, it was a sucker punch. I feel like the second goal was a sucker punch because we were starting to play really well. Obviously, we got ourselves back into the game as well. And then to have the wherewithal to go again and to dig deep, and the changed us in a huge way. I thought Szoboszlai was excellent. He just provided a great pivot for our attack and play. Mo Salah decided to come alive, and that is because he had active runners around him. But like Trent Alexander-Arnold, my word, what a footballer. Imperious, just a world-class masterclass of a right back come inverted midfielder / right mid performance. Vintage Trent, brave in possession, brave in the pass, insightful, incisive in the pass, made stuff happen, and he provided the platform for the good things that Liverpool did. And Mo Salah, God almighty, what a footballer. Top goal scorer in the Premier League right now. And I don't think anyone thought that would ever happen again, and no slight on him. It's just, it always feels like it's Erling Haaland, and it might yet be. The Dolph Lundgren's going to, get back on the horse at some point and start scoring goals. But Salah, goals and assists again, absolutely imperious. And he should have had more, with the woodwork. Should have had a penalty in the build-up to the third goal as well. I hate doing the referee thing because you feel like a broken record, or you're bitter or whatever. And look, both of those things are probably true as well. Shocking referee performance. The amount of stuff that they got free kicks for, and when like nothing. The free kick that leads to their equaliser is nothing. It is nothing. I would be stunned if it was a foul. And Liverpool, like Luis Diaz, ran between 3 Newcastle players, and Dan Burn tried to take his entire shirt off him, like through his body. Nothing doing whatsoever, but the slightest of contact in the middle of the pitch, fine, Newcastle free kick. Yeah. I thought a spineless and incompetent refereeing performance, which is a real heady mix. And and the problem is, of course, is that for Liverpool, they don't win the 3 points because I think it's their own fault to some extent. Lapses at the back, mistakes cost us, and ultimately Kevin Kelleher, who's been as good as any goalie on the planet for us this season, he really genuinely has, he makes a call. Now, does he run out with the intention of leaving it? I don't think so. I think, and I'm going to rewatch it, and maybe I'll adapt my opinion on this. I think he judges the flight of the ball poorly. When he realises he can't get it, pulls his hands away, because it's actually a really good trick because if you try and get it and you're fingertipping it, you're giving away a corner. Or you're dropping it, you're spilling it into a dangerous area. And actually, look, given where he was on the field, it's not the worst idea actually to let it go. He's certainly done that before. It's in his locker, and Fabian Schär's just there. And it's one thing for him to be there, which is he shouldn't. That's quite a rare thing for him, I guess, to be in that situation. Albeit he's up for a free kick, to then be able a centre half to slide in and then knock that in. Again, the likelihood of probabilities on that going in the back of the net are infinitesimally small. So yeah, I think a combination of first half generally leggy, poor performance, lack of fight and commitment undid us a little bit. We got better in the second half. We had the class when we really needed it. But Liverpool headers and then just a bit of bad luck probably undid us. And it feels bad, and I said this on the podcast this week, you didn't want to drop points in this game because the problem is the Merseyside derby, you can just draw derbies at Goodison. It just happens. Even if you're the best team on the planet and they're the worst, which has been the case quite a lot, you still just randomly draw those games. And it would feel like a real downer, a real kick in the teeth to not continue with the positive vibes after the brilliance of last week. But hopefully there's lessons to be learned. Hopefully there'll be some more players fit and available. Harvey Elliott still didn't see him again today. Hopefully that's now Trent back fit and he can be used a little bit more. Chiesa playing in the 21s, who knows whether he'll be available, but that would certainly help us. A little bit more depth and rotation, without a doubt. And Quansah, I thought Quansah had a good game by and large as well, so that's an encouraging thing. The encouraging side today, I hate the fact that we are still comfortably clear at the top of the league, but the fact that lead has been cut into makes it feel like worse than it is. Whereas on the balance of things, you're not going to win every game of football, and if you're going to drop points, Newcastle away it's a tough game at times. Newcastle are a decent team, even though they've been a bit inconsistent this season. Anyway, what I'm trying to do is put a positive spin on it, even though emotionally I feel a bit down and drained with it. So if you've got some positive sentiments and you're feeling okay about it, I hope that you can carry that and spread that, because I don't think there's any reason to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I'm sure there'll be people in the comments who want to find loads of people to blame, and that's fair. The professional footballers, Darwin Núñez should do better on the night. He absolutely should do. Kelleher should do better. Gomez should do better. But Gravenberch should do better. These things should be expected from top level footballers, but sometimes shit happens, and even brilliant players can have bad games. And it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. We'll find out how hard they can get hit and keep moving forward on the Merseyside derby on Sunday, and hopefully they can pick themselves up, dust themselves down, and get about the business of winning a league title. Fingers crossed. If you need more counselling, head over to redmenplus.com, use the code TOP, T-O-P, half price for an entire year of podcast videos, documentaries, massive archive of content. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you over there.